Good day, everybody. My name is Brandon Bishop, and today, it's another filler episode, another top 20 list this time. Wow, 20. We're going pretty deep with this one, but I want you to take your time with this one, okay? Because this one is a motivational video. And I know you're thinking, Brandon, we listen to your podcast, the Brandon Bishop Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. We listen to you, and sometimes you're not such a motivational person. You could be a real darn right negative Nancy. And you know what? You're very right. But I can also be a nice guy. I can be. Like the last video where I talked about the top 10 reasons I was single. That was a little nice and negative. You know, it kind of balanced itself out. But on this one, and I know you've seen me like yelling at traffic with the van life videos. You've seen me with all my struggles with ASY TV and all the other businesses we're running and the Super Ultra MegaCon and all these different things. It all comes with the good. It all comes with the bad. But on this one, it's all good, baby. Because this is the top 20 ways. What did I call it? I forgot. I'm not good with the nice stuff. This is the top 20 ways to make your days better. I told you, it's motivational. Go to the intro. Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, this is Brandon, and I have a pretty weird life. I mean, I'm a dad, I have a demanding cat, and I own ASY TV, a streaming television network that puts me on a never-ending road filming awesome people in awesome places all over the nation. So I'm inviting you to come along for the ride and see what it takes to run ASY TV. And I'm doing the van life thing while having fun, amazing, tasty, and weird adventures. Are you ready? It's the ASY TV life.
Okay, the top 20 ways you can make your days better. And I could probably do a top 50 ways to make your days better, but we're going to narrow it down to 20, which is still too many because it's going to be a long ass video. I'm going to have to do all these lower thirds and all this different stuff. And see, I'm already being negative. Why? I got to ruin everything. I can't just be a positive guy and just, but no. Okay, turn it off. Zip. Okay, here we go. All positivity from here on out. I'm excited to do something nice. But seriously, these are 20 different things that I do all the time to make me feel better. A lot of people, they spend a lot of time making other people feel better. And I spend a lot of time on the phone talking to people like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Hey, you're great. Don't worry about this. You can be that. You're awesome and everything. And sometimes I neglect my hair. New haircut, people. I'm still not sure what I think about it. I don't know. Should I go that way with it? Should I go this way with it? Anyways, whatever I do, as long as the pouty lips are there, it's okay. Let's get into this list. Top 20 ways you can make your days better. And every one of these works. It's just, some of them are little things that build up. Some of them are big things that just need to be done. Are you ready? Number 20. Number 20, support small local business. You may have not even thought of this. How is that going to make me feel better? That's just going to, help a business. Yeah, I get that. No. Every time that you skip Wendy's and skip Burger King and skip McDonald's and skip Taco Bell and go straight to some local little joint, yes, it may cost a little more, but not that much. A, the food will be better. B, the food will be healthier most of the time. Sometimes it depends on what you eat. And C, I promise you, that's good. I promise you, you will feel better about that purchase. Giving your money to somebody who's just like you, who has a dream. They went out there, brick and mortar. There's a drive-through window. There's a little mom and pop shop selling quilts. I don't know, an antique store, something. You will feel way better when you leave that place, knowing that you gave your money and supported a small business. I guarantee it. I only eat when I'm in Colorado Springs, where I live. I am only allowed myself to eat at local restaurants, and I try to find something new at least once a week. Fast food is done for me. chain restaurants, they're gone. And I feel really good about that. That's why it's on the list. And I don't want to go 10 minutes in each category, each listed thing here. I just wanted to point this one out because it's really important to me. And that goes with all businesses, auto shops, whatever. Find a local business, support them instead of the big corporate people, because they're all right. Support small business until big business becomes small business. That is the way I like to think of things, and I wish you would as well. And you'll feel better. Number 19, and this is a scientific one. I'm not just saying this because it's risque. Sex. Okay? Even if you're handling your own, sex is so important. I mean, granted, if you can find somebody you enjoy having sex with and you feel good with them and everything's all, lined up and everything, they're digging you, you're digging them, you guys have this connection and everything's just going whack, right on the bottom, whack. That's going to help you in so many ways, mentally, physically, emotionally. I guess emotionally and mentally is the same thing, but is it? It's going to every part of your body. It's healthy to clean out the pipes, gentlemen. Okay, you got to get that done at least once a day. Sometimes I like to take care of mine about 5 or 6 times a day. But if you got someone to help you do it, that's fantastic. But the closeness, the skin on skin, the whole thing with sex. I don't need to tell you this. You've had sex. Well, you haven't, and you probably never will, but most of us have. And it's very few times have you had sex with someone and been like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Actually, that's a lie. I can think of about far too many. But have sex, okay? It's good for you. Sex is good for you. Number 18, another 3-letter word that starts with S, the sun. Oh, get out of your house. The sun is out there. It's free. It's just in the sky. It's summer right now, kind of, or I guess when I'm recording this, it's summer. It's almost fall, which is still sunny. Get out there, even if it's through your car windows. The sun hitting your skin gives you unlimited health effects that you're not even realizing that you're getting. If you're in your house all the time, and I'm so guilty of this, when I'm on the road and I'm doing the van life thing, I am in the sun as long as the sun is up most of the time. And I feel so good. I feel weird at first because I'm not used to getting that much vitamin D from the sky, getting all that good sun energy. But after a while, I feel so good. And when I'm here, editing for days and hours, and just, I don't leave my house, but like for maybe 20 minutes a day sometimes, because I'm doing stuff that I need to do for a living, for ASY TV, for everything. I start to feel sick. I start to miss the sun. So get out there, go for that hour-long walk, go for a hike, just go stand outside, okay? Don't smoke. Don't go outside for a smoke. Just go outside, soak the sun up, get on the beach if you got a beach near you, get up on the top of a mountain if you got one of those near you. Go out in an open field, it doesn't matter, go out and do some work. Get in the backyard, clean the yard, mow the lawn, do something, get in the damn sun, son. Number 17, this is something that I need to do way more often, but it's hard because most of my business is centered around it. Turning these things off. Turning these things off. Turning these computers off. Whatever kind of screen or device you have, that turn it off. I'm on these damn things, sending emails and making phone calls and text messages and social media updates and promoting and just constant, just on my phone, editing constantly on these computers, editing. And I watch a lot of TV too. There's some good shows out there. I fall asleep every night watching American Dad or Family Guy or Rick and Morty, South Park or something like that almost every night. Actually, lately, I have been turning off everything at night. It's been kind of my new thing, where I listen to thunderstorm noises on my little Amazon Echo thing. And I'm usually out within 10 minutes. And I have the best dreams. I don't know what it is. I bought a ceiling fan, which has helped. And I listen to thunderstorm sounds to say, Alexa, play, shh, stop, play thunderstorms.
Here's the story.
On most of the crypto wallets,
Alexa, stop. Anyways, that's what I've been doing lately, and I've been getting great sleep. Even these little bags aren't as bad as they normally are. So yeah, turn off your phone, turn off your computers, turn off all your devices. I want to go spend a week somewhere in the van, in the mountains, without touching my phone. I'll call my mom to let her know I'm okay, and that's it. I would love to take my son with me and just live off the land and spend a week sleeping in the van, whatever, get a tent. I have tents. I have every camping thing I could ever need, and I don't use it enough, and I'm bummed about that. And I really want to do that maybe in the fall when it's not crazy hot, but just turn off the devices. We may be bored to tears. I may lose a lot of business, but I think for health reasons, it'll be fantastic. Turn it off. Number 16, this is really big for me, and I wish there's some people out there that would do it to me. Forgive somebody. Number 16 is forgive somebody. Everyone has somebody that they're mad at, whether it's a relative, a friend, my hairdresser. Somebody's mad at somebody. Somebody's holding a grudge. Somebody is not letting it go. People, we're here for 80 years if we're lucky. A little more, a little less, who knows? An airplane could land on this house right now and I'm done. I've lost so many friends this month, very young, some way younger than me, and I'm sure they had people out there that they did not forgive. You have to let things go. And once you do, and you strike up that dialogue with that person again, it just feels good. It's a weight off of your nose. I got an itchy nose. Sorry, I got a cat, and for some reason all of her fur goes way up here. But I'm going to forgive her for that, and that's who I'm going to forgive today, is Marcy J. Cat for getting her cat hair up my nose. But I know people that I haven't talked to my brother in 20 years. Well, freaking call them. It's time. Maybe they're not ready to forgive you. Maybe it's, I have people that I need to call and talk to. Some I need to beg for forgiveness. Some I just need to say, look, man, how you been? Forget that. Whatever that was. Whatever that was. It's gone. How you been? Simple as that. Number 15. Now, this is a rarity in 2020, whatever we're at. 22 right now, but who knows when you'll watch this. Learn to play a musical instrument. I'm not talking about singing in the shower. Everyone thinks they can sing in the car and in the shower, whatever. I'm talking about picking up a guitar. I've been a drummer my whole life. I can play a tiny bit of maybe bass guitar, a little bit of keyboards, but enough to kind of look like I know what I'm doing. Definitely a good drummer. Hell of a singer, I've been told. So get out there and learn how to play a musical instrument. Learn how to actually sing. A lot of people think they can sing, but no, you cannot. Write a song. Record the song. Have something to pass down to your kids. I have hundreds of songs that eventually, once my son realizes that his dad's actually kind of cool, that he'll be able to listen to. Some of them are about him. And I love that. I love that I can stand in a room, whether it's on the microphone or behind the drums or on the bass or whatever, and actually sit and jam with complete strangers. There's been so many times in my life where that's happened. You see somebody jamming, they got an extra pair of congas or something right there, or a drum set or a microphone, and you just get up and start jamming. There's a musical language that's just known throughout musicians. Some are better, some are amazing, some are terrible, but it doesn't matter. We can get through a 4/4 jam. And having that power and being part of that club is emotionally wonderful. It's great. I have a guitar sitting back there somewhere that I've been trying to learn how to play, but I suck. But I can strum some chords. Doom, 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 doom. I can get through it. Barely. But yeah, learn to play a musical instrument because there's nothing else like it. I've been pushing my kid. Pushing him. He played guitar for a little bit, but he kind of gave up on it. I'm pissed about that. Because once you're in that music club, you never get out. Number 14, lose yourself in entertainment. Now, I know this goes against everything I said about turning your phone off, but once you turn it back on, find something, lose yourself. Find a movie that you've always wanted to watch or one that you've watched 1,000 times and just lose yourself in it. Comfort films or discovering new things. I love that when I discover a new TV show or a new video game. I don't even play video games, but I love the time that my son and I get to play games together. We don't spend a lot of time together anymore, and that sucks. He's a teenager, okay? I get it. I was there too. But damn it, man. When we sit down and we play a game from front to end, from beginning to end, that time that we spend is absolutely priceless to me. So lose yourself in it. Find a new band that you heard about or something, or go back. Pink Floyd is the answer for me, or Big Wreck, Sponge, Cake. There's a billion bands, The Doors, even the Beatles, things like just Rush. There's a billion bands I could throw at your face right now. 80s hair metal. And you can lose yourself in it. You can lose yourself in a podcast, like the Brandon Bishop podcast. There's 70 episodes out there that you can listen to. Like 23 of them are pretty good. You can watch the ASY TV live. Lose yourself in a YouTube show. Just lose yourself into something. Commit yourself to it. Like every week, I've been watching pro wrestling since I was 5 years old. I am 49 this year. Okay? Every time it's on, I lose myself in it. Even if it's bad, like my hair, I don't know what to do with this shit. It looks cool sometimes. Like there, stop. But then if you go this way, what the hell? Anyway, she's coming to fix it tonight, actually. So, in like an hour. So I got to hurry this up. Anyway, lose yourself in something. Find something that you're relating to and just do it. Watch it. Listen to it. Play it. Whatever. Number 13, do the stuff your inner child is telling you to do. What do I mean by that? Well, I started being a professional wrestler right around the time I was 30. And I wrestled for a long ass time. Almost, geez. See, I was like 28 when I started wrestling. And yeah, I didn't stop wrestling until like just a few years ago. So yeah, man, singing in a band. I've always wanted to be a singer in a band. I did what my inner child told me to. I was a wrestler. I was a singer. I wanted to have my own television network. Bing. I hate people that say bing when they do that. I don't know why I just did that. But bing, anyway. Bing! Do what your inner child tells you to, and you know what that means. If you want to collect toys, collect toys. If you want to collect comic books, collect comic books. If you want to help feral cats and raise them and have a house for them, do that. Do what you want to do. A lot of you work 9 to 5 and you're wasting your hours for making other people rich. Stop that. Yes, I know you need to do what you need to do. You have to do what you have to do. I have to have money. I have to have rent. I have to have my car payment. I have to pay the utilities and the internet and everything. I get it. But wouldn't it be so much cooler if you could pay all those things and just do that? Doing something you love? If this guy can do it, you can definitely do it. Trust me. Number 12, do something nice and unexpected for somebody else. That could mean a billion different things. What I like to do is I always like to do the pay it forward deal. If the person's nice, if there's somebody in line that I'm having a nice conversation with and maybe they got kids or something, I'll just say, hey, give me 2 of those extra, like a line at Starbucks. I remember I always do this. Like, give me 2 extra of those snowman cookies or whatever they have, the cake pops, whatever. And I'll just give them to the mom and say, this is for the kids and you enjoy. Have a good time. And no, it's not just me flirting with people. I've done that for anybody who's nice to me. Be nice to me and you get shit. What a concept. Yeah. So if I see somebody struggling, like I recently saw somebody couldn't afford their stuff at Target. They didn't have enough money. Their card wasn't working, whatever. They only had 2 things. It was $15.89. I just paid for it. Oh my God, how do I pay you back? Just pay it forward. Give it to somebody else. Do something nice for somebody. I always open doors for people or hold doors for people. I'm always a freaking gentleman to anybody, not just women, everybody. I'm a gentleman. I'm respectful. And I try to go out of my way to do stuff nice for people if I can. Like, even if it's just ordering something on Amazon for my mom, which she does that for me constantly, and I know it makes her feel good. That's why I let her, because it makes me feel good when I get to send something back. Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, all of these things, you can literally, if you have their address, buy somebody dinner and send it to them. You don't have to do any work. You just done. And it shows up at their door. Hey, I got something coming. Don't eat anything. I do it all the time. Just because it makes me feel good. There's no other reason. If somebody's having a hard time, send them $200. Now, I know a lot of people can't do that. I can't normally do that, but it makes me feel good. It's worth it. Whatever I was going to spend with that $200 or that whatever it costs to send somebody a DoorDash, whatever I was going to spend on myself with that, the bills are paid. Okay, cool. I got extra money, then fine. Whatever it was that I was going to buy with that is not as good as how it made me feel to do that for somebody else. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just a great guy. Sometimes. But yeah, trust me, you'll feel good. Number 11, remember where you came from. Whether it was a wonderful childhood of just amazing memories or a pile of shit. Embrace that pile of shit and say, guess what? I stepped in that pile of shit and now I've brushed it off my shoes. My mom, again, came from a very rough childhood, very unloved. And now she's surrounded by love. She has a wonderful life. That's what I'm talking about. But I really wish she would embrace her past a little more and face it, because I know a lot of it still messes with her head. There's stuff in my past that messes with my head, but I've embraced it. I know where the hell I came from. I know what I went through in Detroit. I know what I went through in the Army. I know what I've gone through up until this morning. And I embrace all of it, and I'm learning from it. And I've grown because of it. I'm a better human being because of it. And all the good stuff that's happened, that's made me a better human being as well. You got to learn from everything, the good, the bad, the downright freaking nasty. Embrace it. Remember where you come from. And don't make those same mistakes twice. Number 10, surround yourself with positive memories. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean by that. Every one of these mix tiles, even the ones up here that fell off the freaking wall this morning and woke me up, every one of them is a very, very amazing positive memory of somebody that I really like or really love or really had a good time with. And no, it's not all the women that I've been with. No, that's ridiculous. Some of them, a few of them, but I'm an asshole. There's pictures of my grandmother. There's a ton of pictures of my kids up there, my mom. There's pictures of just about everybody I've filmed with. They're everywhere, by the way. They're not just back here. And then I have souvenirs. Like this whole thing right here is just souvenirs from the road. There's shelves everywhere in this apartment. I really should take you on a tour. I've tried doing it before, but it was insufferable to put that video together. There's so much stuff, and everything has a memory attached to it. And I love that. Like even this, my son painted this for me when he was like 3, and I'll never get rid of it. And I love it. It's just sitting here on a pile of the books that we wrote together. I'm trying to see anything that's within reach, but there's so much cool stuff, man. Everything has a positive, fun, adventurous memory attached to it. And I'm literally surrounded in the Brandon Museum here by all of these amazing memories. That is what I'm talking about. Surround yourself with positive memories. It could be a rock that you find I loved going to the Grand Canyon and I got these pictures, but guess what? I also have this rock. You'll keep that rock for 100 years if you last that long. Number 9, and I do a lot of this. I might be doing it now because who knows how many people are actually going to watch this video. Hopefully at least this many. Talk to yourself. Number 9, talk to yourself. You'll be shocked. And you could have 15 people in your house, 11 kids, your mom, your dad, your wife, your girlfriend, everybody all in one house, and you have no time to yourself. You could have to take them to school back and forth and always have people with you in the car, but eventually you're going to find yourself all alone. Maybe you're taking a dump, maybe you're sitting there in the shower, maybe Who knows when you find yourself on, maybe you just have to get out and get a mental break and say, I got to get out of here. I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to go for a walk. Turn your phone off and talk to yourself. There's nobody who's going to pump you up more than you are. There's nobody who cares about you more than you should care about yourself. What I mean is there's nobody that knows you better. You know what you need to hear. Now, if you're someone like me who talks for a living or works, filming people that talk for a living back at my cameras, you have to know how to talk to yourself. You have to know inflection. You have to know proper pauses. And that's a great way to rehearse, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I wake up every day and I'm like, all right, Brandon, you got to get these 50 emails for the Super Ultra Mega Con. You've got to get this editing done for Too Sweet. This is just today. You've got to get the YouTube clients. You got to get them taken care of. You got to get these things filmed. You've got to do all your promotional work, and then you got to do your podcast and then your voiceover. That's been my day so far today, and it's 7:17 p.m. I started at noon. Got a lot of shit done today. Didn't even leave the house once just to go get an Amazon package and check the mail. That's it. But I wake up every morning and I tell myself this again and again and again and again, out loud. And I live alone most of the time, so I can get away with it a lot easier than some of you. But there's a mirror, a couple of them in this house that I look at a lot. And I'm just, are we doing this, Brandon? Are we going to do this? Okay, let's do this thing. Don't fuck this up. You've got a good thing going. You have a good life. You have so much adventure on the horizon. All you got to do is just ride on down the road, Brandon. You got to do this. I'm not saying say those things to yourself, but you know what you need to hear. So say those things. Talk to yourself. Answer yourself. People may think you're crazy if they catch you doing it, but guess what? They're doing it too. Number 8, I've already said this, so I'm just going to say it. Find yourself an enjoyable career. Again, how many people work 9 to 5 or whatever freaking overnight hours, crazy bullshit hours? You punch the clock, you come in. Do you still punch clocks? I don't know, because I haven't had to work for anybody in 9 years now. I'm super proud of that. I've paid for all my bills. I've paid for everything that we have, and I have a good life with my own hands, my own cameras, and my own talents. And I'm very proud of that because I love what I do. I complain about it a lot, but I love what I do. Find something. Whatever your passion is, find it. What are you waiting for? I'll do that someday. Someday's now. Someday was 5 years ago. Don't worry about someday. Remove that word. Remove the word try. I'll think about it. No. Yeah, we need worker bees. We need people to run the machines and push the buttons and put the groceries inside the plastic bags. Fine, if that's what you want to be, then be that. But every single time somebody puts a bag of onions inside a plastic bag, and then a carton of milk inside a plastic bag, and then some frozen tamales inside a plastic bag, every single time they do that, they wrap the bag up. Have a good day, sir. Every single time they do that, in the back of their head somewhere, maybe even in the forefront, they're going, this isn't me. This isn't what I want to do. I'm better than this. Some people are, some people aren't. But if you don't know, if you don't try, you're never going to know if you're good enough to live your dream. And F the word dream, too. You got to be asleep to dream. Wake up. Figure out what you want to do. Set a date. And do it. Do it, do it, do it. 7, this is something I do quite often, especially with clothing. Throw away stuff. I'm the anti-hoarder. I know it doesn't look like it, but I don't have that much stuff. If I would have kept everything that I've ever owned, holy crap, I'd be neck deep in stuff right now, and I don't want to be neck deep in stuff. I love getting rid of stuff. I love giving away stuff. Hey, do you need this? I gave away my dehydrator that I no longer needed, just to a neighbor who I didn't even like that much. He had a bunch of kids. I said, hey man, this dries meat and fruit. You want it? They're really good snacks. I see you got kids running around. They like snacks, right? Every kid likes snacks. This makes snacks. It's like $120. I could have sold it on eBay or something. I didn't want to. There, now I made a friend. Again, going back to number 12, do something nice and unexpected. I do it to people I don't like. I don't like my neighbors over there at all. I don't like them. They haven't bothered me in months. They've been fine. Still don't like them. I brought them chocolate chip cookies a couple times. Just because basically I'm chubby and insatiable and I didn't want to eat them all. But here. So for at least that day, we didn't have any problems. And we haven't had problems in months. So I'll leave them alone. I'll be nice. But yeah, it's just get rid of stuff, man. I have a metric ton of clothes and I'm about to start filling trash bags again, dishing it off to the Goodwill or to the Salvation Army or whatever. Because I love getting rid of stuff. Not as much as I like buying stuff, apparently, but I love getting rid of stuff. Number 6, speaking of getting rid of stuff, rid yourself of all toxic relationships. Now, I'm not talking about the people that you'll eventually regret not forgiving. I mean, we can go back to number 16, forgive someone. I'm not talking about the people like that. We all have arguments. We all have spats. We all have disagreements. Some are awful. And I still have, like I said, people that I need to make up with. And I will. Things have to happen before that happens, but I will. But ridding yourself of toxic relationships. I'm not just talking about boyfriend, girlfriends. I'm not talking about husbands and wives. I'm talking about shitty people. You know if somebody's shitty and you give them way too many chances, don't you? You do. I have. Not anymore. As soon as I see somebody who's shitty, as soon as I see somebody who's a drug addict or an alcoholic or somebody who's a freaking career criminal or a scumbag or some ghetto loser or a Trump supporter, guess what? I rid myself of them. And it's easy to do. You just block. Block, 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 block. Sometimes I sing the block song when I'm blocking. Block, 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 block. Whoa, I just turned that computer on by accident. My bad, sorry. Anyways, get rid of these toxic pieces of shit because all they do is bring you down. All they do is bring you down. All they do. Number 5. Now, this is something I am an expert on at this point. Travel. But Brandon, I don't have the money. Brandon, I don't have the time. Brandon, you'll be dead in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, however old you are. You're going to be dead. And you're going to be on that deathbed or whatever place you die. And you're going to be like, Brandon was right. I should have traveled more because I didn't even want to travel. I didn't until I joined the Army and they sent me everywhere, Korea and all these different places. And when I was in Korea, I traveled all over that place and got to see Japan and got to see, and with ASY TV and even wrestling, I got to see this whole country so far. I've got to see every major city just about. We're going to hit Alaska next year. I mean, we're going to hit Boston sometime. It's the only major city I haven't been to, that little New England area, which I've been to Massachusetts and I've been to, I've been to Connecticut, Rhode Island, but I've never been like to Maine or, actually Boston City or any of that stuff. Travel by car, rent a car if you don't want to put the miles on your car like I do. I'm sorry, I'm going to be playing with this the whole time. It's just weird to me. I don't know what to do with it. I just don't know. Get in a car. See all the small cities between the big cities. See all the landscapes. See the mountains. See the ocean. See the freaking winter, the summer, the fall, the spring, whatever else I'm forgetting. Get out of your freaking city and hit the road. Get on every freeway, man. I'm telling you, I have fallen in love with so many places, from Philadelphia to Seattle to San Diego to freaking Pensacola to, you name it, small towns, like the amount of colonies and just, I have a list of 1,000 cities I've probably been to that I've absolutely fallen in love with, and I never would have seen them, never would have even known about half of them if I just didn't hit the road, man. And I know I get to make money doing it. I film television shows. That's part of what I do. It's part of who I am. I have a van I can sleep in. Oh, Brandon, it's so easy for you. I didn't always have the van. I didn't always have ASY TV. I didn't always have all this stuff, and I still had to hit the road with it doesn't cost as much as you think it is. Make a budget, okay? For crying out loud. Get on the road. Number 4, I mentioned this earlier. I am figuring out how to sleep better. Figure out how to sleep better. That's number 4. I put on my thunderstorm noises and I turn on the ceiling fan, turn off my phone, turn off the TV in a dark room, and I fall asleep. Take a big drink of water, take a 81 milligram aspirin, whatever you're supposed to do for your heart every day. I've been doing that for years. I don't know if that helps me sleep. I don't know what helps me sleep, but I don't do melatonin because your body produces melatonin, and when you take artificial melatonin, it stops producing it. So that's bad for you. I don't research that. Maybe it's not bad for you. For me, I don't want it in my body. Just figure out how to get a better sleep. Get a new mattress. Get something. Figure out sleep. Sleep is so damn important. And there's days when I go days without sleeping. When I'm in the van, sometimes I'll wake up at 3 a.m. Actually, when I'm doing the van life thing, I sleep fantastically. My bed's not the most comfortable thing anymore. It's kind of like been slept in at this point. It's kind of plateauing, and I'm kind of like, moving around a lot. I got to fix that. But for some reason, like, especially if it's like a light rain outside or something, and I'm in a Cracker Barrel parking lot, and I pass right out. And then, like, usually about 9 or 10 o'clock if I'm not working, and I wake up in the morning about 5 or 6, and I'm ready to go. It's crazy. I got a new mattress in there. It's like $1,000 freaking mattress, and it's wonderful. It's nice and firm, but, you know, good pillows. Figure out sleep. So important. Number 3. This is something I'm working on as I speak, but I know I have to do it, so I'm going to pass it along to you. Number 3, exercise and eat better. I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious. These next couple are pretty freaking obvious. I've been getting to the gym 2 or 3 days a week. That's not enough. I get it, and I'm there for an hour. I need to do more. I need to go on more walks. I need to go on hikes again. I used to love hiking, but for some reason I just don't do it anymore because I'm busy as hell. That's why. But you got to squeeze it in. I have to squeeze it in. I have weights in the other room that I can freaking and freaking do something. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats. What am I doing? Why am I not doing this right now? I could be doing it while I'm talking to you. I've been talking to you for almost 40 minutes right now, and I could have been just, it would have been weird for you to see this, but, just do some crunches or something, right? Yeah. But yeah, exercise more and eat healthy. But you have to figure out that fine line between eating healthy and eating sustainably, which means something you'll keep doing. Because eating healthy all the time is not sustainable. These fad diets, I've been on the carnivore diet, I've been vegan, I've been every diet you can think of, Atkins, anything. Hardly any of them are sustainable. I always fall back up, and like I am right now, I'm 245 pounds again. I was 230 months ago. And months before that, I was almost 270. So my weight's going up and down and up and down, and it's going to kill me eventually. At least I know I'm going to die, right? I'm hoping it gives me a few good years, decades left. But yeah, it's not okay. I have to get my shit together. And when I'm in shape and I feel good about myself, nothing feels better than that. Nothing. Nothing else on this list feels better than that, than being proud of yourself for losing weight and keeping it off. The keeping it off is the problem for me, though. And when I get back from the gym, I feel good. I did that. I did it. I got through a day of the gym. I'm proud of myself. It's healthy to be proud of yourself. Makes your days better. Number 2, another thing that I can definitely attest to, document your life. No one else is going to do it for you unless you're some big celebrity and you can pay people to do it. No one else is going to tell your story but you. You could write a book. You can do the ASY TV Life YouTube show. Not that's mine, but I mean, you could do your own version of it, whatever your life is called. Document your life. Why? Because most of us have children, and eventually I have nothing. I never met my dad. I don't know who my dad is. That sucks. I don't know nothing really much about my grandmother, except for what I was there for. My family tree exists right now of my mom, my son, and my daughter. I have a couple cousins, aunts and uncles I think are all gone, like blood relatives, but I'm not going to let that happen. I have a book coming out called What Have I Done? It's my whole biography. It's been autobiography. It's been being written for decades. I'm just waiting on a big happy ending, which I'm hoping happens, or I die and someone else finishes it for me. Kids, you hear that? But even this list right here, yeah, I mean, these videos, the ASY TV Life videos, my book, all the TV shows that I've done, I have thousands of hours of stuff that's available to my kids, my friends, my family to have when I'm gone, whether it's tomorrow or in 40 years. I'm not leaving here without leaving a mark. I don't get that long to play on this planet and who knows what kind of technology will be next. In VHS days, you couldn't have told me that I'd be able to talk to my phone and then reach thousands of people. What? What does that even mean? But yeah, document your life, man. You don't have to do it every day. You don't even have to do it twice a week like I do. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just document your life, because when you're gone, your family's going to want to hear your voice. They're going to want to know what you were thinking. They're going to miss you. And when you're older, you're going to want to look back. The whole reason I do the ASY TV Life show on YouTube right now, so like and subscribe, is because this is a very special moment, period, in my life. It's a wonderful time. And I want to document it, because someday I'm going to look back. Be sitting in a wheelchair somewhere. I wrestled for 20 years, you know, my back hurts right now. Sitting in a wheelchair someday going, watching YouTube if it's still around. Living the old good old days. I do that now. Watch my old band videos, my old wrestling videos and stuff. Not because I just love watching myself, but just because those were special times. Simple as that. Document your life. And number 1 is kind of like number 12. But reach out to at least 1 to 3 people a day. Don't spend your whole day doing this because it's all you'll do. But reach out to one person or 2 people or 3 people and just say something nice. I call my mom every single day. I tell my mom I love her every single day. I text my son. I never hear back from him, but I tell him I love him every single freaking day. I need to do that with my daughter too. I don't want to bother her. She's a busy person, you know, but, and it doesn't have to be the same person every day either. Okay. Just reach out to 3 people. 3 people. Pick 3 people. All you got to say is, hey, I was thinking about you. Hope you're doing good. Miss you. Stay awesome. I do this every day to at least 1 to 3 people. Usually 3 people. And they're people that sometimes I haven't talked to them in decades. Maybe I haven't talked to them in 2 days. Who knows? Just kind of go through the list and go, oh, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. You don't have to say a lot. You don't have to send them money. You don't have to send pictures. You don't have to do anything. 1 sentence will mean the world to that person. Who knows what they're going through? I know. I crave stuff like that. I really do. And I'm not asking you to do it. I'm not fishing here. But when somebody reaches out and just says, hey, how you been? It surprises me. A lot of people think I'm busy 24/7, and a lot of times I am, but I got time for that. And again, my mom texts me every day. My mom and I are very much best friends. And I love that. You should be best friends with your mom too, even if she's not as cool as my mom, which is very few of them out there that are. Sorry, but it's my opinion. It's my show. Just reach out. Reach out to somebody. Reach out and touch someone. Reach out and... I forgot the words of that commercial. Was that a Michigan Bell commercial or something? Or AT&T commercial back in the day? Anyway, so yeah, I think and the thing is, you can't do all 20 of these things every day, but make time once a week to support a local business. Make time once a week to have sex, preferably every day. Get out into the sun every damn day. Turn off your phone once in a while. Turn off your computer. Step away from technology. Turn off your TV. Learn to play music. Spend an hour a week, an hour a day at night, whatever. Just learn to play the drums. Learn to play guitar. Learn to sing. Learn to play bass, keyboards, trumpet, trombone. Who gives a damn? Learn to play something. No, DJs don't count. That's not music. I'm not going to get negative here, but it's not music. That's the death of music. That's people pushing buttons and playing other people's music. No DJs. Put that crap away. Lose yourself in a comfort film, a movie, whatever. Do what your inner child tells you to do. Do something nice and unexpected for somebody else, preferably somebody you don't know. That's what I kind of meant by that. Remember where you came from, and surround yourself with positive memories like this. Talk to yourself more often. Give yourself a pep talk. Find an enjoyable career that is not stealing your soul and stealing your hours and trading them for a handful of dimes, as Jim Morrison said. Throw away stuff. Don't be a hoarder. Get rid of stuff. Live small, okay? And I could have put something about do something good for the environment on here. I really, really should have that like at number 1. We'll make that number 0. How about that? Do something good for the environment. Not only are you helping the planet, but you're helping yourself in return. You'll feel good about it. Rid yourself of toxic relationships. Get out and freaking travel, people. Trust me on that one. Figure out how to get better sleep. You need it, you need it, you need it. Eat healthy, exercise, document your life. If you want an example of that, watch the ASY TV Life with your friend Brandon Bishop here. And do it. Do your own version of the show. Let me know when you do it. I'll subscribe and I'll watch. I'll trade you. Okay. And reach out to 3 people that you know already. 3 people you love. Just say something nice. You don't have to do anything. Just say something nice. Okay? Simple as that. I think I know my life has been way better, but I think your life would be well served to do these things as well. And if you're in a hard place right now and you're in a trying time and the world seems like you're just hitting a brick wall no matter which way you run, guess what? We've all been there. I'm still there. We're all there. We're all in this shit together on this tiny little water-covered blue floating rock in an endless universe. We only get 80 years to play. What are you going to do with them? You might as well feel good. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my happy little YouTube channel if you don't mind. Every time you watch a minute of this, it helps the business and this guy. It makes me feel better. It makes my days better. So anyways, I think this is the last top 10, top 20, whatever filler episode that I'm going to be doing for a while, because right now I'm on the road. I'm all over the country right now as this one's airing. And I'm going to have a lot of stuff to share with you by the time I get back. Hopefully all good. See you next time.